team you'll begin your franchise with. The menu on the left lets you adjust your league settings and where to start your franchise. Preseason, the regular. Choose which team you'll begin your franchise with. The menu on the left lets you adjust your league settings and where to start your franchise.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. As we take a peek at their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native and former Oregon Duck, Marcus Mariota.
It wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the 1 touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
And he's able to take this one out to the 35-yard line. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now Mariota under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And you have to figure that this is a confident quarterback who gets the start here. Coming off of a victory in round 1, team doesn't have to travel. They get another home game here in the divisional round. And I know it sounds cliche, but playing at home, huge for a quarterback, huge for his team. They want to take advantage of it.
That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Still 1st down.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7.
At the 35-yard line.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. It's complete to the right side. Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses are generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6.
On the counter, it's Smith. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 33.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Holding. Offense.
3rd down and 10. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, and see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. They may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now Mariota. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Colts first down. First and 10 at the 38.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. 41 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
First down.
So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. On the move here, Charbonnet. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Second down and 6 now. Mariota. And this throw incomplete. And the defender almost over at that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's third down and 6 yards to go.
Here's Mariota. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a first and 10. To throw Mariota. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
In motion goes the tight end. Mariota to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards.
They'll throw again. Mariota. Open man to tight end Warren. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
KC's offense ready to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. Let's start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a second and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Here's Pacheco once again. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And with a throw in the open man, that's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Handoff now for Pacheco. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Mahomes. Got a man. It's gone. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 16. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. That one caught by Rice. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. JT Tuimoloau able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From KC, it's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
A 44-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Colts set to take over here offensively. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
10 yards on the pickup.
Mariota. Rush coming in. He's taken down. Going the Bucs is a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
impressive 7 yards.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
That'll be caught by the rookie from Penn State. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
A gain of 31 yards. First down, Colts.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Second and 5.
Second and 5.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. There, caught by Warren. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19.
That's good for a Colts. First down.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Again, it's Taylor. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Delay of game, offense.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
A 50-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they want the 6 points.
Maybe rule down the other defense. We'll see. 57 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
False start, offense.
The false start backs him up 5, first and 15. Mahomes going to throw. Open man right side is Rice. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 14 at the 36.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. That one caught on the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Still 1st down.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Still 1st down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco. He's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. 2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Looking to put a drive together. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Bryant Cook who made the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Motion man right, that's Pierce. Mariota now from the 50. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Play fake. Mariota. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far.
False start, offense.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So they'll walk him back half the distance.
Still second down.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
To throw, it's Mahomes. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Here's 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he fires one, but incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken around the 12. Give him 9 now on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Number 87, incomplete. Coverage defensively by
from the gun, Mariota. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
A gain of 26 yards. That's good for a Colts. First down.
Working out of the gun, Mariota.
Down the field, he's got Warren.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That's another Colts first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
possession now. Mariota. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. Now another timeout called for by the offense. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Now Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Mahomes. Got man, it's Brown. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 39. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. Mahomes to throw once more. Throw out wide is incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And losing into things here, what do they need to do if they're going to turn things around, CD?
Partner, it's awfully close to being a must drive here, I think, for them, because I think a touchdown here in this opening drive is something they absolutely have to have. They only managed 3 points in the first half. They know that's not going to get it done. So without adding pressure to them, they already know the stakes. They need a touchdown here to get things started.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 91 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down. First and 10 at the 43.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, what are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Second and 9 from the 44. Again, it's Pacheco. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there, because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball. Let's go down and score, put some points on the board, and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their defense just helped him out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Off the play fake, Mariota finding Pierce on the crossing route. From the 22, here's second and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 22-yard line.
And motioning left, that's Pittman. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. They're in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw, Mariota. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
They're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they got so far, the field goal. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
Mahomes going to throw. That's laid out deep for Rice. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll run with Pacheco. 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Here's a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard. But sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Encroachment, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles
Still first down.
right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Now here's Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Mahomes to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now Mariota. He'll drop this down to Taylor. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd down and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Taylor, the ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
Mariota to throw it. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Colts 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Duffy on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Second and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line.
That's good for a Colts.
On the handoff, Taylor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now 3rd down and 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Second and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run forward with Smith. But he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll look to throw. Mahomes will do it himself. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
It's a gain of 8. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. And they'll try again here. 1st and goal after the false start. After the penalty, it's Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction. Leads to 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? The penalty gets them half the distance closer, but they'll still need to come up with something on 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. He's got it. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I might want to just go ahead and go for something big.
Oh, come on, you got to kick it.
I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point.
Bucker's kick here is good. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And the Colts coming out now. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Mariota now. He's taken down. Chiefs sack. There'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
False start, offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And motioning left, that's Pittman. Throwing is Mariota. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Colts on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Mariota. And that is incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. This is taken at about the 14. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Kansas City's offense now set ready to go. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. That's into the hands of Worthy. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Encroachment, defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Still first down.
Now Mahomes. He's got Brown on the out route complete.
Mahomes pass complete to Marquise Brown. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 12.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here is 3rd and 5. They'll drop the throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got man complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. Mahomes now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
1st down.
Smith up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get him to the ground down. He has another first down at the Colts 33. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass. You don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield, but he's playing run all the way here.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Encroachment defense.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Run for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Indy set to go on offense once more. And this certainly a key moment in this game, trailing by 3, 4th quarter with a spot in the championship game next weekend on the line. Throwing, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Mariota. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
14 more yards. That's another.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
22-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Mariota. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Play action now. Mariota. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he bangs this one through to make it a 13-9 game now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. KC's offense ready to take over. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end Gray. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Now a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Powerful running. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts getting ready to go. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
The 44-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
They run once more with Taylor. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's Mariota. That's complete to Pierce. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Mariota. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards. Second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now a give to Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you have to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This will get the lead up to 7. Sanders' kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 7. A little under 40 seconds to go. They need a touchdown here to try to force overtime, but they've got the support of this playoff record crowd. 1st and 10. Mahomes. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mahomes will throw. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And they'll accept that penalty.
Still 3rd down.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Here's Mahomes. That is caught. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And 10 yards.
Mahomes. That's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down.
It's 4th down.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating